Welcome everyone to this ClickCreate Artist Spotlight. This week we have OSF. What inspires you to create?
For me, it's a release of my imagination onto a canvas. The challenge is always like, everyone has crazy imaginations and thoughts in their head and stuff, but to be able to actually output it onto a piece of paper, onto a digital canvas, whatever it is, I think is a pretty cool feeling. And for me, that's the main motivation and driver for me, just releasing that thoughts and imagery and ideas, and just be like, oh wow, I can actually now, I'm not imagining it, I'm actually seeing it with my eyes, and seeing other people's interpretations of it, I think can be very rewarding as well.
What are your goals as an artist?
I want to be able to tell stories through my work that people will understand or connect with or get, and find that one person who just kind of gets it. It's like a very special feeling. I think that's the motivation. It's amazing how you can find someone who's on the same wavelength as you just because they saw a piece of art, and then when it's your piece of art, then you realize, oh wow, I have something, I'm on the same wavelength as this person, whether it's spiritually or just shared interest, wherever it is. And again, it just doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen, I think it's very special.
What advice can you offer to aspiring artists?
I would say create things that provoke that feeling inside you. That's the first and foremost. If you don't have that feeling about your artwork, then there's 0% chance someone else is going to have it. And I think people get very caught up in this theme is really hot right now. Let me just do something to that theme and see if I can get my work sold. And then you kind of lose your identity, and you may be able to sell something in a hot moment, but then you don't really have sustainability or longevity. And I think if you're true to yourself and what you create, eventually someone will pick up on it and will look through your stuff and I get this person's art. It's not just random states of mind. And I think probably I need to listen to that advice more than anyone else. But
What are you most proud of in your career as an artist?
I think a cool moment for me was having a couple of pieces sold at Sotheby's. I used to be a trader, and I used to trade Sotheby's bonds years ago when I was living in NYC, and that was before I really started doing any of this art stuff seriously. And so going from that to actually auctioning a piece of Sotheby's, that's quite a special story. I think that's something I'll always feel proud of, I think.
If you were an animal, what would you be and why?
I'd be a koala bear. They're known to cling on to things, and I think once I have an idea, I'm just pretty focused about seeing it through, sort of thing.
What were your goals for this ClickCreate edition?
I haven't created that much art this year, and I've been focused on other things. And I wanted to put some work out there and put it in front of an art-focused community, and just to not re-establish myself, but just to be hey, I'm still interested in doing this art stuff. It's not gone away. I wasn't a flash in the pan. I'm still focused on it. I still want to make it a priority. And I think this for me is the start of getting back onto that journey, I think.